Namaste, hi, hello, vanakkam, vandanam, swagata, suswagata to Kaapi and Conversation with Meera. It's been such a long time. That's what many of you wrote to me. Well, sometimes, just like a bear, we go hibernating. But having said that, did I leave my folks aside? No, not at all. I've been wondering, or I've been still working on, what I can talk about. Whom can I pull in the copy and the conversation connect? What and all can we chat up? What and all can we share? Why we are doing what we are doing? Oh, did I say that? Absolutely. There are so many things around us. We don't know what to do. Sometimes we have this habit of hoarding over things, hoarding over thoughts and materials, and we don't know how to get away with it. Can I bring the thought about sustainability over here? Exactly. There's lots of reels and lot of posts that's happening here and there about sustainability. But in sense, how much are we really practicing? Uh, Today in my show, I have a wonderful guest. Well, yeah, I know her for like 1.5 years to 2 years. But I always feel that a journey that we are traveling has been right from the childhood. Because that's a kind of a comfort I share. Sometimes, we know someone, but still we have that cold shoulder. But here it's not at all like that. She might be away. I can call her anytime. I seek assistance in terms of getting guidance, how to go about this work, how to make my deck, how do I pitch. She is around. I would also say she is an advisor on my, on my website, mayakatha.com, where she talks about mentoring. She advises a mobile app developer. And what next? We all talk about problems. We all talk about how to solve it. She also went through it. An intense, a challenging moment, continues to. All of a sudden, she gave up on something which she was quite passionate about. She didn't bother about traveling here and there. She continued traveling on her work. But there's something happened in her life which made her pause abruptly the corporate journey and to start something from the grassroots level. Believe me, for anyone for that matter, after working in a corporate for such a long time or any organization, all of a sudden you switch job or your entire domain and career and you start again from the scratch, it's not easy. The kind of a support system also plays an important or a pivotal role in what she is doing. Some problems around her made her to think, and here she is today. I'm so happy, and I take this proud moment of introducing my dear friend and our guest on Kaapi and Conversation, Kalaiyarasi Ramachandran, the founder of Raatai Handloom. Vanakkam. Hi Kalai, welcome to Kaapi and Conversation show. Just give us a brief about what you're doing, how Raatai happened. Here you go.
Hi Meera, very happy to be part of your conversation. I'm very happy today. I'm from, as you mentioned, all namaste to everyone. Vanakkam to everyone. My name is Kalaiyarasi Ramachandran. I'm from Raatai Handloom. I'm basically from mobile application developer. I'm from weaving family in Erode. I visited my hometown. I have been long time in my second maternity holidays. That time I realized, how people are handloom weavers are suffering. So I took challenge that, with our studies, why can't we empower this industry? So from that, Raatai has born. I just studied, across the Tamil Nadu, because I have a baby from, 3-month baby. With my 3-month baby, I have visited all over Tamil Nadu. I have, I just came to know about what is organic cotton, how farmers are suffering when they cultivating the cotton crops, as well as the I just came to know about the natural dyes, how the chemical synthetic dyes are affecting our health as well as their environment, our mother earth especially. So I took the challenge that I should support farmers, uh, weavers as well as the mother earth. From that we started manufacturing clothes. In survey says like fourth census says like 66.75 weavers percentage of the weavers are earning less than 5,000 per month. So I took challenge that we should make them to earn minimum 500 per month.
True.
So people are not aware
Per
of what
day?
they are wearing per day.
Yeah,
Per day.
yeah.
From that we started our journey. This our journey started.
Long way to go, and you're doing a fabulous work. Which year you started Raatai Kalai?
Actually I have been searching about and studying about the handlooms from 2017, but I started at 2019 because as from the belongs to weaving family, I didn't aware of how to weave and about the yarn. That time I realized not only me, even the weavers are not known that what they are wearing, weaving. Even people are not knowing what they are wearing. So this is what happened. I was so surprising, like I visited shops. No, people were asking whether it's we buy the dark colors or we proudly ask this will while we wash the dicer comes out. So we wash separately the dark colors.
Yeah, we do that.
So we are saying the proudly. Yeah, I have very dark colors. It's all the colors are comes out. But are we ever think of like these are the the color water spoil our earth?
Yeah.
Are we ever teaching what the clothes they are wearing? After COVID, you started giving the millet foods, millet cookies, millet
Yeah.
noodles. Are you ever noticed of what they are wearing? Are you wearing the healthy dress? Are we fascinating and following the cine actors or even the new movie actors?
Yeah.
So I just started the studies, how we are living.
Absolutely. It's such an important thing how we are living. What are we ready to leave to have that normal living? I reiterate on this that what are we leaving? What are we ready to leave? What have we, what are we holding on to? To materials, things around us, or to the thoughts associated with those materials and things. What kind of a step we need to take? What problem we need to solve? I mean, these are very intense and challenging questions, but definitely it needs to be answered because how long can we park such questions in a parking lot? And we cannot leave our car in somebody else's parking lot. This is something that's the way we have been behaving. So I'll ask Kalai this question to you. Weaving is, of course, like a backbone to our country, or for the humankind for that matter. What are the struggles, per se, the weaving community are facing? That one. Also, are their own children or the next generation ready to take? There are some well-known names in the market who are known for their larger presence and they continue. It goes as a family business. But the real contributors are at the grassroots levels. How are the children and the next generation taking it to the next level? Are they keeping it as a tradition or wondering how to take this business and the challenges? Yes, Kalai.
Nice, actually, it's an important question, Mira. The handloom weavers are suffering now. See, I think it's starts from the seed. Okay, see, we are saying the place to live, dress to wear, food to eat. These are the three essentials, needs for human. But in no schools, there is a no school book, or we are not teaching. The weaver is an one community who, produces our clothes. I have, gone through all the school syllabus books. Even in the engineering, they are not mentioning there is a handloom. Okay. Even so, even the domain knowledge. Even I've met many weavers. See, even they're weaving the silk. If I ask them, what the silk you are weaving, have you ever asked, that what the silk, why the cost silk is too costly? Okay. So there is a four silks, mulberry silk, they are there. Even the cotton, if I'm asking the weaver, what count of yarn we are weaving, they simply says, I know, I'm weaving the cotton saree. They are not knowing, which count, which cotton variety, which the quality of cotton they are weaving. They not even known. Actually, then I realized even, see, if they want to start something by their own, they have looms, they want to earn, they want to introduce some weaving, no? See, if I need, for that weaving, if I supposed to take saree weaving or towel weaving, they simply need 25 kgs. It is even more for, simple warp. For, every handloom minimum there is a capacity compared to the power loom. Okay. So, we maximum we need only 25 kg. But when in the market we can't get the natural fiber or natural dyed, high quality of yarn, we can't get it in the minimum quantity.
Okay.
So again we have to invest on the one bale, 60 kg, or otherwise you can't buy 1 ton.
Okay.
So it's a very big challenge even I faced when I started this. Then only I just realized even from the weaving family, I can't learn weave. If I ask them to, teach me weaving, they say, "No, it's not your job. You just go and do whatever the work you have done. Please don't ask this."
That's a kind of a response.
Yeah, even they are not allowed. That is the reason. And the next generation are not coming out. Parents are not allowing.
Okay.
Because they are not proud of it.
Okay.
Because they are not proud of how we are doing a important job. We are giving the essential need of the human. So even when they compare to the power loom, see, when they are weaving in the handloom, this air breathability will be more high.
Okay.
So if you are asking what is the difference between the power loom and handloom, again if you are asking, what is the benefit between the, cheku and
Okay.
and refined oil and that
Yeah, cold pressed oil.
cold pressed oil, exactly. Cold pressed oil and what
Refined oil, what you get otherwise.
You can't tell that exactly what will happen.
Yeah.
Once you eat, then only you can from your field only you will
Exactly.
get that what is the difference. Like that, you can wear that handloom, then only you will realize how it's air breathable is there. And again we are also fascinating about the man-made fibers. See, if I get the 100 rupees, one chudidar, tops they are selling, I'm ready to buy it.
Okay.
We are not thinking, why we need the natural fibers like cotton.
Okay.
So these are the lack of awareness, and also they are always, dominated industry. They became a dominated industry. They are not knowing their value. So that is what they are not, allowing next generation. So this is also, very big, the problem the weavers are facing. They're also not having the market opportunity where they are going to sell it.
Okay.
So that is what we have started out in the next version of our portable handloom manufacturing. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. I want to ask about it. There's something what you're doing is unique, and to that there's yet another unique element that you have added. I would want you to highlight about the handloom Uh, I mean, I used it just a while back, and my experience is it's fabulous because we tell that children, we put the children in the preschool and or in the primary, and we give them a lot of these activities, expecting it would help in the motor skill development. But we as an adult, I somewhere feel that we have lost it and we are just holding on to the smiley balls and pressing it on again and again to get that motor skill development. But I think if this beautiful, elegant, and compact portable loom that you have designed, I would like to know, how did you come up with this?
As I told you, these are the problems. Like,
Yeah.
it occupies more space. Due to that, many people sold the loom.
Oh, okay.
They are unfortunate thing is they are using for the, they given to the hotels
Okay.
to, cook the, it's like,
Okay. Okay.
so I was very worrying about this. Actually, due to this space, a lot of space is their main, things. And also they are not getting the good quality of yarns, as I told. So then I took all the challenges into the one. I started giving a solution that I took that pledge that 3-year kid to anyone can weave.
Yeah.
I started giving the loom as a portable and DIY. So you no need to for existing loom we need to 5 people to assemble it.
Okay.
But in our loom, one person can do themselves.
Okay.
So this is what I do it. And also you can't get a minimum quantity of yarn. Again, I took the challenge that if you want a minimum quantity, even 250 grams, I'm ready to give.
Absolutely. That's what you have given in your kit. I wanted
Yes.
to add, when you were talking about the requirement of 25 kg, and when they don't get that minimum requirement, they are forced to buy like even 110. Am I right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do they do with that when they don't have a requirement to create more after one or two fabric for that matter? Yes, Kalai.
So that is what we started giving the minimum quantity of yarn, all the natural dyes, and natural dyed and undyed yarns also, like linen, hemp, banana.
Okay.
See, I always believe, like, in Tamil we say, "Saindil valayada, aimbadil valayada."
Kandipa.
Kids are teaching a lot to us, even from the, segregating the, waste, garbage.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are teaching us more than the government, promoting.
Yeah.
So why we have to use the red bin and the green
Exactly.
bin, see,
Yeah.
like that. So we should start at teaching and the conscious clothing from the child itself. So I just when I was gone through that how weaver are benefiting. So I was almost visited 500 weavers family.
Okay.
So almost almost 87 plus there are a lot of people are there.
Okay.
Actually, they don't have any blood pressure.
Oh.
They don't have any diabetic.
I hope people who are listening to it don't get that now.
Definitely, because it's I just gone through how the people are healthy,
Huh.
but these people are completely in the weaving. So I just realized what is happening. Then I just gone through that. Even the other foreign universities have studied how this weaving solves many neuro problems. Then I studied why can't we introduce to the children?
Absolutely.
What is between the connection? I just
Yeah.
realized, even my children is, my kid is, very good example. He taught me this idea.
Okay.
See, from his 2-year-old, when he was 2-year-old, he started weaving.
Okay.
He started, inserting yarn in the shuttle. Even at that time, I didn't aware of it.
Absolutely. You don't
You know,
teach the
my
fish
weavers,
to...
yeah, weavers only do it. I was instantly getting the work done. But my kid done is very, yeah. I
It's
was,
like, I don't teach the fish to swim, right?
yeah, yes, obviously. Actually, he's the role model, for getting this idea.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So, when he do it, the both, hands are using.
Okay.
It is again the fine motor skill. they feel something they have accomplished once they done it.
Absolutely.
And also, I was wondering that they calculating marks also. See, it is also
Ah,
estimation is there. This kind of
exactly.
yawns. And so when they learn pattern as well.
Alternate mode, everything, है ना?
Yes,
Yeah.
in the fortunate, when the last workshop, the teacher said, "Ma'am, they learn language also, in and out or something." They see in the picture, see, there are many art, works are there,
Yeah.
but they do it physically and they take the physical that emotion, they take the product.
Absolutely. I would relate, Kalai, this is somewhat like swimming, right? See, like you were mentioning about children teach us a lot. They have been always, it is like in storytelling, they say, show, don't tell. They have been always showing us so many things. My journey, what I'm doing today as a trainer or a mentor, or running a venture called Maya Katha, where we onboard mentors and trainer, where I talk about business storytelling or business confidence building, business mentoring. I learned it from my daughter. No, she didn't take a class on this though. uh, After quitting my corporate journey, when I started writing about my experiences, when I was traveling along with her, because motherhood looked totally out of syllabus and hence I quit. And the journey which she taught me while walking with her, to see what she's saying, to feel what she's feeling, to hear what she's hearing, and to be there. I used to earlier run ahead of her and expected her to follow me. I think normal human tendency is that. But that didn't work. Then I started running behind her. It was too much of consuming of energy for me. But I really started walking along with her, running along with her. Uh, I don't know how to put that in the words, but I would say that is what it is to learn,
True, very true.
right? They are in actual the mentors. We fail to observe.
Very true.
I'm talking about that. I would want you to reflect about the importance of mentoring, how it plays or how it shapes a person.
You're asking for the handloom.
Yeah. Handloom. Um, See, when we weave, like I was just mentioning, right? When you swim, you just swim. You're totally into the water. Your entire body, each and every cell, it is swimming, right? And you were talking about when we weave, when your child was weaving. Um, we talk about building concentration, focus in schools and other places. But here, even without even telling the children that you have to focus on what you do, they automatically, they just take that thread, they take that weave about, in that beautiful portable handloom, one thread above the other, following a pattern, creating a pattern. So you were mentioning they felt so happy. I mean, it's pretty normal as a living being. When we create something, we feel good about it,
Very
right?
true. Agree.
Before anybody can appreciate about what we created, we know the truth and we feel authentic, so happy about it. I would connect that in the mentoring space also. So, how important it is, because when we say mentor, he or she doesn't travel every bit, whatever you're doing. They just show a signal, and you pick that path, you create that path. I would want you to reflect upon that.
True. Actually, in that case, every child is the mentor
Absolutely.
because we just teach. They end up with a very beautiful thing.
Yeah.
They teach a lot. See, as you said, we just see the signal.
Exactly.
We just see the how to weave.
Yeah.
The fortunate thing happened is like last week, I just given the loom. That kid made some beautiful gift
Okay.
and gifted to her parents
Okay.
for their wedding.
So beautiful.
So that again it is happened in the Europe.
Okay.
For when they go for the baby shower, they made themselves and the gift.
Okay.
it is happen in
Handmade.
Yeah, handmade. See, it is personal touch and emotions are there.
Exactly.
So likewise, there it's happen and there, and also it's now the every parents are seeing as a mentor in avoid the screen time.
Yeah.
Reducing the screen time. From the every child is a very big challenge now.
Give the loom in your hand.
Yeah, typically they are doing it.
Okay. Role of mentors in your life.
See, every stage, mentors are plays a very vital role in my life.
Absolutely.
In my career, my first boss, his name is Praveen. I was working every Saturday, Sunday is a holiday. Eventually, we have
Okay.
Monday. We only I entered into office. He used to call me, Kali, what you did in this weekend?
Okay.
I said, sir, I have cleaned my house. I took my kid to here.
Okay.
He said, this is not you're supposed to do.
Okay.
These 2 days, you have to energize, you have to, revamp, you have to learn new things.
Okay.
Uh, you have to learn new things, you have to invest this time, something productively.
Okay.
You should not say it's like this, ma'am, you have cleaned this. You should not do this.
Okay.
Then I started working, every weekend I used to visit some other meetings, get to the networking event.
Okay.
I started do networking and learn something. See, in the, even IT, there are some workshops will be happen, no?
Yeah.
So I started attending that. So he's one of the, the person who changed my attitude towards enjoying my holiday.
Okay.
My weekends. He's the one person. So once I started, changed my career into this, lot of people has came and started scolding me. This girl became mad. Why she left this job and started doing.
How could you
Even
leave that
now-
IT job would be the question, right?
Yeah, again, because we have bonding, no?
Yeah.
See, we completely seen this whole, entire the village weaving such a things. We are
Yeah.
all, the every kid is sleeping under that sound.
Yeah.
Without the sound, we make something, emptiness. We just
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
it. So, that's again, it's an emotional bonding.
Exactly.
So while I coming this every step there was I fortunate to have a very good mentors.
Lovely.
And they shown that path. Kale, you should not because I'm the first generation entrepreneur.
Okay. Yes.
Even in the textile in our handloom area, I'm the first woman who introduced this.
Lovely.
Even I took 65 inches of beam in my scooty. I traveled 40 kilometers.
Oh my God. Okay.
It is almost with 150. It is almost 50 to 60 kg. I never known how to drive.
Okay.
You
You did that.
after yes, came to this industry, I just know even bike riding.
Okay.
Then I started carrying 50 to 60 kg.
Oh.
That and all some of the force.
Hmm.
Even our mentors, I always see the mentors, who, we could not expect every time they say the positive things.
Yeah. True.
Even the challenge they given, how can you do it?
Hmm.
That words make us to, we can do it.
Exactly.
We can do it and show him this is done.
Definitely.
That is the spirit I have, every time I seen within my, if I say, if anyone says like, you can't do it, it is impossible, I always make it happen. I always make it possible.
How lovely.
This is what happened in handloom industry also. And now we have all mentors. Even every person has ups and downs in each stage. Even in the past 6 years, we have falls, very big fall down.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And we have a very big. So every falls down, we need some mentors. Even they not needed a financial support.
Yeah.
The words are magic.
It does. It does wonders.
So all the persons made me in this. It's all credits to my mentors.
How lovely way of putting it across. Mentors play an important role. They are not there, like I mentioned earlier, also at every stage, but they make us create all the stages in our life. They are there, uh, who just tell us, see, you got to do something like what you're doing, it's a blunder, don't do that. But when we actually start looking that as an observation, uh, which is going to help us, we start creating a path. For example, that's what Kalai has been doing. Her portable handloom, it it is such a super hit in the market. Um, it is not about just being a super hit. The value addition, the purpose with which she started, and it is going towards that. I really feel proud about talking about this. Now coming to like Kalai had an idea. She she fought and she found out what problem that exactly was happening around her. Uh, it was not a problem about only supporting the weaving community. It is a problem where she was addressing women to be on their own, not to give up, come may what, whatever family does, whatever family says, whatever people around, whatever neighbor says or relative says. She is creating that empowerment. We spoke about idea, problem area, empowerment. We spoke about the role of the mentorship and how important it is to take our idea into an outcome, into a product, into something that sells in the market. Let's talk about business over here. How important it is when a person starts working on an idea to be associated or dissociated. That is one question. Second thing, how they have to start thinking in terms of building it into a product or a services, and about the financial literacy part. Many people are missing out in currently. All are very passionate about the idea. All are very passionate about talking about themselves as a founder or as an entrepreneur. But it is just the beginning stage. The journey of the entrepreneur is somewhere. It is something like you have traveled like 10 to 15 years with your company, with your idea. Yeah, Kalai.
Well said, Mira.
Thank you.
Every startup needs an financial education,
Yeah.
as well as every stage we create new thing with a very bad experience. This is what happened. So even if you take me, we have 3 levels of loom. See, every loom we have a very big faults when created. It may look like very simple. So, but every time we need to do a budgeting.
Exactly.
Without the plan, without the mentoring, we can't make it happen. Again, that pricing point, I see in few of the startups are very fascinating about the creating new store. For interiors alone, they are spending a lot of money.
Okay.
So even this may sometimes some people are needed, but for me, not all the people are needed.
Yeah.
Okay, that and also we are not. If you become an entrepreneur, not means you have to be a very luxury cars. That iPhone or iMac. So now I can see that people are they're very fascinating about having the gadgets to say I'm a very this fellow or that fellow. I feel that you have to again think of spending money where you have to spend it.
True. Is it really required?
See, if you give me, even if you give us free of even 1 lakh, I will rethink how to invest in
Exactly.
how to reshape my packaging.
Yeah.
How I can do digital marketing.
Yeah.
So far I have even invested 15 plus lakhs, but still I don't have any bike.
Got it.
So I don't even it is needed. I have I have old bike, I can use it, my father's one.
Yeah.
But again I rethink every stage we should rethink of whether this expenses we should make it or happen not.
Can I say repurposing?
Exact word. It's right word. So again for the pricing, we are also, we have 3 levels of loom.
Okay.
So every stage, we are thinking how to make it affordability. So again, we are, working where should if you are invest in the machineries to make it, very cheap, affordable loom.
Okay.
Even we are giving from the 2K,
Okay.
but still we are thinking how to make it in single
Got it.
1,000 rupees. So again,
This talks about the customers, right? Definitely. Your
yeah,
target,
very true,
your
very true.
target
Because I
audience.
said and affordability. See, these are the emotions connect again. So one child is a special child who came from Telangana. He can't sit more than 3 minutes. Such a
Okay.
hyperactive child.
Okay. I mean, it's a nomenclature.
Yeah, he loves rabbits. So we made a rabbit-shaped loom to him.
Okay.
He was sitting at the 28 minutes. He started weaving.
Exactly.
His
It's in our
mother
hands.
started crying.
Oh,
This not happened till he was 9 year old that time.
okay.
So now we are thinking how we can impact, how we can make financial independent to that child.
Absolutely.
Last week I met to one more old age
Okay.
elder lady. That mom, she is 75-year-old. I met her while I do weaving workshop in somewhere. She came to me and asked, "What you do?" I said, "Ma'am, we do weaving. Can you try it?" No, I wish to buy it. Can you give me one? Yeah, ma'am. One guy who came to her, she said, "Bhaiya, I have one more expenses to you. Can you buy it for me?" He said, "Okay." Then she bought the loom. But fortunately, I given my car to her. He immediately pulled her to the vehicle and she left.
Okay.
I was literally cried, how that 75-year, the old woman, treated like that. That within 1 hour, I got a call from her because I given my car to her, my car to her. She called, "My name is so. I lost my husband last week only. Today I am going to elder age home.
Okay.
For this, my first level loom, I named as a weave mate. So she told that this will be my mate hereafter."
Oh,
How emotionally we bond. From next day, she started sharing the loom weaving with me.
okay.
That after the next day was my birthday. She wished me like when you wish your baby on my first birthday,
Exactly.
you like sing a song like what
Yeah.
emotional. So different kinds of musics will come based
Exactly.
on that happiness. Such a kind of wishes I got from her.
Lovely.
Typically, I cried. I felt that I became a kid. So here I just thought that she's not a one person. How many older age women are there like that? So I wish to them how to give a financial independence again.
Okay. See how important it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we thought to again give this kind of special children, this kind of elder age woman. We always taking care of very special. Even the discounts and workshops also we are doing it.
Great. How beautifully she pinned a story around weaving. I would say we have been literally traveling just like that thread throughout the garment, along with her, listening to all the stories. We were asking about mentorship, we were talking about financial literacy. She brought in the story element how, why, and connected. She also gave a glimpse about the customers, how important it is to be in touch with them. I would say, entrepreneurship is not only about talking about pitch, it's so quite often now. It's not only about the business model that you have created, but is that business model just a skeleton alone? Or is it filled with flesh, blood, and life? Life is something only we can breathe into it. It's so important, whatever idea we pick it up, we be detached to it, because being attached to is holding on to something that you think is only you have created. At times we may never know this is something which somebody else also might have created. That looks challenging. That might put us in a very different spot. But that is exactly the space we learn how to create something that we have envisioned in our mind. Ideas can be copied, but what you want to do, only you can do. The problem that we are solving, it is not about just filling the problem area in the lean canvas or on the BMC, or just alone talking about it in your presentation decks, etc. Is it real? Is it in line with the purpose? So on and so forth. I would really love to add more over here. Like I always say, I don't wish to say bye to any of my guests who come to my show. But the show has to go on. In this podcast and wherever this story is uploaded, whether in the YouTube or other places on social media, we would be sharing the links to Raatai Handloom website, to Kalaiyarasi's coordinates also, and also the YouTube where you can check out the details. I would say check all these details, place your order, and start weaving, because only when you weave you will know what you're talking to yourself. Only when you start weaving, playing around with those threads, putting them one after another, creating a pattern, creating yet another pattern, and after some time you would have realized that you have created a life. That is the power of weaving. That is the power of whatever you pick up and do, just giving your full attention. You may never know when you just picked up something, as you started weaving the thread in your hand, you might have created a venture also. So with that, I want to say, Kalai, thank you so very much for coming on my show, Kaapi and Conversation. And it's lovely to have you, and here it is to you.
Very happy to be part of this again. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, for the who are all, hearing our story. I wish you very all the best to everyone. Again, you have to be, every time you just validate yourself. Usually people say you are the among 5 people you are around with.
Yeah.
So be associated with the highly energetic, enthusiastic, motivated persons. Be with a good, highly positive person, positive thinking person. No, not seeking motivation from everyone. You be motivated to yourself. Wish you very all the best to everyone again. Wish you a happy new year too. Yeah. Thank you so much, Meera, for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Kalai. Lovely having you as a guest on Kaapi and Conversation show. There are a couple of more episodes. The work is in progress, which will be getting added soon on Kaapi and Conversation. A lot of conversation with our guest and a couple of more discussions also. So as always, thank you for being around. Thank you for supporting and messaging. We'll be back. Up until then, have a sip of a coffee or a Kaapi and enjoy your life. Namaste. Bye-bye.